What's happening, folks? And welcome to the Creatures YouTube channel. If you've never been here before, this is where I share, a lot of my philosophical and poetic thoughts and share with you my artistic journey of basically bringing my art to the internet and sharing what I love to do, which is I paint creatures. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Such grace and gratitude for taking that precious time in your life to come spend a few minutes here and take in a little bit of the inspiration and empowerment that I deliver forth, and showing you an example of how I rise to my greatness in what I am doing right here on this planet Earth. And today I'm showing you a gobbo, and they're one of the funnest things to draw, and because they're so unique. A lot of it is my mission in life with my art is to repurpose stuff and redefine what they mean to the art of visual storytelling. And gobbles are so fun to draw because they just have elements of, a lot of animals that we love, dogs and wolves, but then they have that human feature, and you make them all humanized to show that they have imagination, and they basically have a language that they can speak to. And so, of course, this gobbo, a lot of it called Goblin's Gobbos, a lot of it I always like to transform because, a lot of the franchises and things from the past always have like kind of destructive war instruments. Like they always have some type of weapon in their hand. And you'll see in a lot of my creatures it plugs into my epic story Matsu. All the creatures have creation tools in their hands. And that's always been a weapon for me in life to, battle the dark sides of me and the bad experiences and the negative thoughts and the decisions I can make to kind of get in trouble, and because art really saved my life. And so I wanted to pull up another music quote today, and then just talk to you a little bit about, very poetically, of how I plug that in my life and how it can inspire you and give you different perspectives. But this one is by Ward Beecher. And it says, music cleanses the understanding. It inspires it and lifts it into a realm which it would not reach if it were left to itself. And I truly believe that on my latest project, the Funkyipuppets, have to give an incredible shout out to my new soulmate in music and all kinds of creativity in the realm of tones. And I always know I would meet this person, and this person is just full of gratitude, and I'm talking about the incredible Vessi from Chicago. Give a shout out to her. I know she'll watch this video. And I've always felt, I write very profound lyrics and do it in a way that only poets do. And in a lot of music realms, they're always telling you, those are too many words, I can't phrase them. But I knew there was a musician out there like Vessi who could take the words and not compromise them and give them what I call wings. And that's why I really believe music is in poetry. And I think poetry is probably the original language of music, before it all got into those realms. And so, what Henry is saying here, music cleanses the understanding, inspires it. I believe it really lifts, understanding, because a lot of understanding, right, comes through our words and our passages, all that. So it lifts it up into a realm where, we can reach it and we can feel it more and connect on that universal level. So I believe Henry is right on there. It lifts it into this realm where we all can relate to it and go inside there with our feelings and not have to think about it so much and recognize it and use all our comparison skills, And those of you who watch my videos, I'm really into the whole power of bringing back your mental faculties, so we go through life and we use more of our intuition and our imagination, our wonder, our will, and our curiosity, more than a logic and reasoning and the why. We get back to more of the who. And I believe music really can take, some of the most complex poems, where those of you that know my poetry, I love what's called magical realism. I love painting images, fantastical images and marrying a lot of language that normal in our normal day lives is kind of separate. I love pulling that into it. So music definitely starts to reach in there and brings it into this fantastical realm where we all can relate. We've been shown over and over again musicians like Bob Marley, who transcended even reggae, or a lot of musicians who basically, or a lot of bands that I love that start out in kind of the genre, get the marketing and the sales going so they can do it as a living, but they transcend it into a place where it becomes their kind of music. And part of my storytelling is I love combining all the arts because the arts saved my life. And so like on this Gobbo, to end this video out, if you notice, has all kinds of inkers and pens, but every once in a while I'll draw a pen, just like he's got a scroll right there, but then it looks like it's turning into a clarinet or a recorder type of wind instrument, right? Because it has the whole metaphors of poetry is wind, right? With literature and even using graphite or earth or elements like ink, indie ink, which all comes from the earth, to basically ground it in words and descriptions. And at the essence of a lot of art, you got to remember the first principle is to express yourself. The second principle is to communicate. And so I'm going to show you part 2 of this video in the next 2 weeks, the coloring of it. But thank you very much for visiting the Ipaintcreatures YouTube channel, and thank you Henry Beecher for that quote. And I'll see you real soon. Thank you for tuning in.